Welcome to Spill the Sustainability,
the podcast where we spill the tea on the hottest
and most controversial topics in the industry over a cup of tea.
We're back for another episode.
We are, and today I'm being very cautious because I'm wearing a short skirt.
Did Mum tell you that it was too short? Yes, she did.
What are you drinking this
fine
day?
hot day? We all know what I'm drinking.
A coffee, a latte.
It's actually
A flat white.
Well, I don't know. I make it myself. Could be anything.
I'm having a strawberry jam matcha, which is the best matcha I've made thus far in this whole podcast's history. It's the best one I've made.
Today, we're gonna have to mark this day in the calendars. Do you remember how you made it?
Yeah, I did. I do.
What was different?
I don't know.
I think you mixed the jam in more.
I think, yeah, I mixed the jam in more, and it's actually like shallower. Like there's less. It's like I think the matcha's stronger.
Yes, you actually taste the matcha. You're not just like.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, let's get into it.
Because guess what, guys? Princess Polly is Bcorp.
It's a moment for celebration, for joy. It's pretty...
This is a huge turn in the fashion industry, and I'm just so excited.
I'm so excited because I've been wanting to buy from Princess Polly for ages now because I love so many of their dresses. And finally I can indulge. Because they're sustainable. Guys. I don't even think we need to say it. It's absolutely crazy that they've become Bcorp certified.
I honestly think Princess Polly, I think they're American, but I think they are like the equivalent of our Boohoo and Pretty Little Thing. And what's the other one?
I don't know.
I don't even know half the fast fashion brands anymore.
Is Princess Polly the place where there's like... They have quite nice dresses that have like bustiers and...
Yes, and like ruching, lots of ruching, bodycon.
Yeah. I think there's a one in Westfield.
There might be. It reminds me a lot of like Love Island before eBay sponsored Love Island.
Yes, totally.
Like that sort of vibe.
Which is like, in itself, I feel like that's just like code words for ultimate fast fashion.
Yeah, exactly. And... I don't know, even their branding, everything just looks really fast fashion-y.
Yeah, it does. It looks cheap.
Yeah, it does. Unlike PLT, their new branding looks so chic.
I know, they're
so modern.
So
and
expensive.
So elegant. Elevated.
Sophisticated. But yeah, I was really shocked about that. What are your thoughts?
I'm just like, how? Like, how? And I also think it's difficult, isn't it? Because there are some really, really good Bcorp brands out there that are doing really good things. There's also some Bcorp brands that I don't think should be Bcorp. Well,
Princess Polly should not be Bcorp, and the fact it is, I think, it's a real shame because I think there's some amazing brands that are Bcorp certified, but it sort of lets them down a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I know. It's interesting. I'm intrigued to see if there's backlash from other brands because I remember... when Nespresso became Bcorp certified, a lot of the really small coffee roasteries in the UK that were Bcorp certified had a huge uproar. They were like, why are like Nespresso Bcorp certified? Like, we're a tiny business, we like literally have no plastic, we ethically source all our beans, all of that stuff. So I'm really intrigued to know if the fashion brands that are really sustainable are gonna
get annoyed about it. I would be surprised if they don't. I think it's just a really rogue move, to be honest.
I mean, it's not a rogue move from Princess Polly. I totally get it.
No, not from Princess Polly. Do you know from Bcorp? Do you know the process of getting the certification?
So, as far as I understand, Bcorp is a point system. So you get, I think you have different points based on like within your business, the ethics within there. So like gender equality, gender pay gap, that sort of stuff. There's a sustainability aspect, which is obviously like planetary stuff, so CO2 emissions, all of that things. And then I don't know if they do like supply chain checking, for example, like for a fashion brand. I don't know. But basically for each of their like pillars, you get a certain number of points. And I think the minimum number of points is 70 or 80. And if you reach that, you can become certified. But I think the way it's done is that you could be amazing on the planetary side. You could be, your whole business and all the offices could be, run with renewable energy. You could have loads of solar panels, all of that stuff. You could be sorting out your gender pay gap. You could be doing equality stuff, but actually have nothing on the like actual product itself that you're selling.
Okay.
So if you have loads of points in certain areas that add up to that 70, you could actually be missing
a big chunk of somewhere else, but get away with it.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think is, you can, so actually with all the certifications, you can actually go on Bcorp and look at their breakdown.
I guess it's similar to Fashion Transparency Index, actually, isn't it? It's
yes.
A lot of fast fashion brands might be rated quite high because they're really transparent, but that doesn't necessarily equal.
Actually, yes. Yeah, exactly. And they're transparent on certain things, not necessarily like full supply chain, all of that stuff. So I don't know, it's a really interesting one because I always have mixed feelings about Bcorp. Like, I really like what they set out to do. I really like, they have some really amazing brands, and I do think certifications are a powerful tool, but I think they can also be a powerful tool to greenwash.
Yeah, because I think at the end of the day, for the most part, Bcorp is a really great way for people who are entering the sustainability world to like be green flagged into knowing what's a good idea, what isn't. It's an easy thing to look out for, and it's recognisable. So I do think it is a good thing. It just gets a little bit confusing when brands like Princess Polly utilise it to greenwash their own brand and lull consumers into a false sense of security.
100%.
Because that's what it's doing. It's manipulating buyers into thinking I'm making a sustainable choice and making an ethical choice when they're actually not.
No, I think that's exactly why they've done it though.
Yeah, I know, but that's so like sinister.
Unhinged.
It's like deeply sinister to me because that's like...
Yeah, but it's fast fashion. They're all deeply sinister in their souls.
I just sometimes forget how like much people don't care about people or the planet because like that is like to me a crazy level of like consumer manipulation.
Yeah. But then I guess, you could argue consumer manipulation across the board, right? Like, across all things. But I think, Bcorp's just one of those certifications that I think is just run very differently. There's other certifications. So personally, I really like SEDEX, which is an ethical certification solely for like supply chain. And you have SEDEX certified factories and supply chains. But that's a tick box exercise. So if you don't meet the requirements, you're not certified.
Yeah.
So you have to be ensuring, I think it's like minimum wage on like, there's multiple pillars, but there's, you have to be meeting those things. And if you're not meeting it, then...
Yeah, you can't get involved.
You're not certified.
Yeah.
And I also think, so we've just been looking, I'm going to get my laptop up. We were looking at the costs... Oh no, there's a fly. Gross. Of being Bcorp certified. So it's based on your revenue bracket, which is basically the amount of money you make before expenses. So not the profit.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
So like the amount of money you make, not taking into consideration like wages, renting offices.
Gross. Income.
Accounting. So if you earn 150,000 or less, the certification costs £1,560.
£1,560.
Yeah.
My dyslexic brain trying to realise what that number even equals.
You're like, huh? But then it goes up. So for example, if your revenue is £1 billion or more, that's, what's that? 68,000.
Yeah, so that's probably, I imagine, what Princess Polly's looking at.
Yeah, I reckon they're around that value, yeah.
Yeah.
So for 68,000, which is comparable to $1 billion, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like literally nothing to them. It's literally just like coins. Is an easy choice.
Yeah.
Like that's such an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
You spend 68,000 getting your certification, you can potentially...
And the interesting thing about it is that like I'd actually completely forgotten that Princess Polly even existed. Like
Same.
For some reason I will admit my finger's not on the pulse of fast fashion brands.
I mean, you don't need to admit. I feel like we'd be concerned if you were there like, I bought from Shein yesterday.
But I feel like in terms of like the general cultural sphere and fashion, I'm pretty aware. And like I literally didn't think Princess Polly existed anymore.
Okay, so the only reason I know it exists, there's this YouTuber I follow. I'm not going to name them because I actually I've been watching them since I was 14.
Yeah.
We're the same age. But they wear some Princess Polly stuff. I wouldn't say their fashion is actually sustainable. They talk about Amazon as well. But I watch their vlogs, okay?
Comfort
Sorry, guys.
YouTuber.
Yeah.
I get that. One of my comfort YouTubers, like a chronic overconsumer.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, is this the
Yeah.
fam? Yeah. And you're like, oh, like, I really like watching your vlogs or whatever, but why you do that? Anyway, this off topic, but this person wears Princess Polly. But I think it's big in America. It's not big here. Like, I just don't think it's big
I think
here.
it's an Australian brand.
I don't know. Should I do some Googling?
Yeah, let's find out. Yeah, because I kind of didn't realise it was a thing here. So then to see that it had become B Corp, even though it's basically on my, like, in my world, there's mostly been negative press, what it has done is made me aware of it.
Princess Cruises, not Princess Polly.
And, like, in becoming aware of it, I at least, like, now I know it even exists again. We're talking about it. So even if it wasn't for a good
the
reason.
PR for them, right?
Yeah, like, the PR has been amazing. Because look, now I know that Princess Polly even exists. I thought it had closed down.
Oh, maybe it is. Oh look, B Corp certified on their website.
Yeah,
Slay.
So yeah, I guess it just shows that, like, even if it's gaining bad publicity, it's getting notoriety.
Australian Gold
Yeah,
Coast,
I thought it was Australian.
right.
Yeah, so people are
Their branding is shockingly ew. Like, what is this
talking
logo?
about it. Yeah.
Ugh.
So guys, I guess it's a classic thing of good. Any publicity is good publicity in a sense, but
Is it really?
well, yeah, because look, whose name is in our mouth right now.
Princess Polly.
And what website did you just go on, Princess Polly?
I went on
Algorithmically, that will probably be good for them and for Google searches and stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. Boycott Princess Polly. Don't talk about them. Don't think about them. Don't look at them. What are you doing?
Sorry. I kind of wanted to talk about Lora Piana as well in this episode because I think it's so important to talk about the extremes. Like,
100%.
Like, Princess Polly's fast fashion. Although, actually, I'm going to talk about Princess Polly a bit more because why are the fast fashion dresses 50 quid?
They're 50 pounds.
Yeah, I looked at some of this stuff, I was like,
And that's what confuses me.
Stop scamming me.
I came across this account the other day of this woman who makes the most incredible silk scarves. She, like,
Can you send it to me?
yeah, they're incredible. She, like, hand paints them. And I think they were like £90, and it's the video I saw of her like making one, and they're amazing.
Yeah.
And people were in her comments being like, why are they so expensive? This is such like an overcharge, or like, this is why we can't afford like sustainable fashion. And £90 for a silk scarf that's been like hand printed, I don't know the terms for
Painted?
it. Screen printed? I don't know.
Screen printed.
Is I think is expensive, yes, but a silk scarf will last you an entire lifetime. And if you're paying £50 for like a Princess Polly dress, but you have the like, I don't understand the logic of saying sustainable fashion's inaccessible when you're okay spending £50 on a dress that's like not gonna last you probably more than 2 years.
Yeah, it's a classic, same as like, you know, the Shein average person buys 2,000 something. That's a random number. It's a lot of money that they spend on Shein, but it's the same thing. Like, if you're willing to spend that money on those fast fashion brands, why not just buy half of it? Instead of buying 2 dresses, you buy one but sustainably made.
Yeah, it lasts longer.
In my head, that's such a logical response to one, like, buying something's going to actually last you, as you said, longer, but also just like responsible, like buying something that, you know, has been made with love, been made with care, been made ethically, the person's been paid fairly, the like materials are significantly better for the planet.
Exactly.
Like, no brainer. But yes, the sustainable product is more expensive, like on its own. But then I think it's just because we've been brainwashed into thinking fashion should cost chips.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And it's just crazy because I think that like Princess Polly, to be fair, I've never had an encounter with a Princess Polly garment. They might actually be like okay quality. I've got no idea at all. But like in my mind, from the pictures and from what I see, it doesn't look great.
Wait, did we just get confused with Princess Polly and Oh Polly for the dresses?
No, I know what Princess Polly is, but I did forget about Oh Polly.
Basically the same.
I think Princess Polly might be more expensive then, though.
Yeah, maybe. Because Oh Polly is definitely...
£50.
No.
Cheaper.
Yeah,
Princess...
That's the one I was talking about, the YouTuber, actually, is Oh Polly, not...
I think Princess Polly's quite expensive.
Either way, guys, it's still fast fashion and relevant on the price, okay?
Yeah.
I just don't really get... I don't really understand. I also don't understand... Like, I'd love to see the Princess Polly profit margins.
Yeah, because what I was going to say is I reckon it's the same quality as like Shein products.
Yeah, but like the profit margins must be unreal.
Yeah, it's funny though, because I bet people are like, I'm going to be a bridesmaid. I'm going to treat myself to like a really beautiful, like nice quality dress, like a bit more expensive. I'm going to buy it from Princess Polly. Wrong. And I feel like that's the trap of brands like Princess Polly, is you think you're investing in a good product, and now you think you're investing in a sustainable product, but you're not.
Yeah. And also, as you said, like the gateway product
Yeah.
to sustainability is Bcorp.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to do your due diligence, and honestly, like this is not down to the consumer at all, by the way. If you're trying to do your due diligence and you look and go, oh, that's Bcorp certified, must be doing better. Of course, you would you would trust in that because it's an external certification.
And Princess Polly does have some things, like they've got a program where when you can return stuff and then they'll recycle it and like
recycle it or send it to the global south.
Yeah, and they've got like a sort of page that's stuff made from organic cotton and recycled polyester. So they do, really commit to the greenwashing.
Yeah.
So it would be confusing as a consumer.
Yeah, and I guess it's also, it just goes to show that a lot of that, it's so hard for consumers to make the right decision because there's so much random stuff going on out there.
Yeah.
There's so much greenwashing and some of it's got really good. And it's also hard to know when brands are like just trying to do better versus when they're trying to greenwash. I think in this case, given the type of business it is, it's a fast fashion business, they release loads of items, they have a lot of stock. That's, to me, greenwashing. Whereas if they were a smaller business that was starting to, use more recycled materials or whatever.
Weirdly, and maybe this is a hot sustainability take, but small businesses using like polyester and stuff doesn't necessarily bother me.
Same!
Because they're doing it in small batches in a very carefully made way. And I understand there is sometimes a reason to use non-natural fibres because they're more durable for certain things. So I get it. But it doesn't bother me when it's small scale. The issue isn't necessarily the and this is where I guess Princess Polly thinks, okay, we're going to do organic cotton and recycled polyester. The problem for me isn't using polyester. The problem is the
scale of using
the scale
polyester.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would actually agree with you because there's a lot of amazing small businesses out there. I'm a fat fan of a small business. I will spend money on with small businesses. And there's some really cool small businesses that do printed mesh tops, for example. I feel like people don't think I would, but I do really love a mesh top. And there's a lot of small businesses that use polyester. They print it and they make it, but they make it themselves.
And also there's nothing
scaled. It's made to order as well.
Exactly. And there's nothing better than being able to directly communicate if there's an issue. If you can just send them a message on Instagram, send them an email.
Yeah.
And you'll get that you'll actually get to speak to a person.
Not to some AI bot that's not been made properly.
Exactly. So I just think, small businesses are always the winner. And as we've learned from Lora Piana, even if you do think you can escape bad ethics and all that by buying into luxury fashion.
So I need to get this up because honestly, I've just looked at this Forbes thing. It's actually shocking. So in terms of the luxury world, Lora Piana has just gone into administration, which basically means they have money problems. And this is off the back of, there was ethical issues that got flagged, I think the end of What's in Your Matcha?
One of Bunson's.
Fluff. There you go. Love that for you. Sorry. I think it was the end of last year. Was it the end of last year? They had that whole thing with not paying their Peruvian...
Their scandal. It's not even a scandal. It's an ethical abomination.
Yeah. They basically weren't paying their Peruvian alpaca wool farmers fairly, and there's loads of issues. It was really bad.
It was really bad.
Well, this is actually disgustingly shocking. I'm going to read the summary. This is from Forbes. I think Forbes is a pretty reliable source. So, luxury brand Lora Piana was placed under how do you pronounce it?
Judicial administration
for a year due to work exploitation and supply chain, where labourers worked 90-hour weeks for under $5 an hour. So I want to just say the average working hour per week in the UK is 45 hours, which is approx 8 hours a day. that is exactly double.
Yeah.
That is 16-hour days for $5 an hour.
Yeah. Well, it says an Italian court found the company culpably failed to oversee suppliers. Gosh, neither of us can read. Prioritizing profit.
And for we need to work out. I just want to see how much their stuff is, because I think
their stuff is super expensive.
It's like £30,000, something stupid like that.
And I have a Lora Piana cardigan and vest.
Yeah. So this skirt on their website, which is cashmere, is £3,000.
Yeah.
Yet they're only paying garment workers $5 an hour. Like, that is actually disgusting.
Yeah. Oh wow! This is the 5th luxury brand implicated in Italy's crackdown on unethical subcontracting, revealing systematic issues in the industry's fragmented supply chain. This is the thing we talk about quite often. Is like even if you're saying we're getting stuff from a specific factory, if you're overproducing, factories can't handle the amount you're requesting, and so they outsource to unchecked factories, and like small weird little places, and those can be really unethical.
Well, I also think the other issue is that it doesn't matter. Those factories could be doing good, right? Like in general, they could be a decent factory, but if they're being forced by by a brand to be making stuff really quickly, and they're being squished down, like they're getting told, we will move our business elsewhere because dude over there is going to charge me half the price. You're going to do it. And I think this is the issue, is that the brands on all scales, from luxury all the way down to fast fashion,
put too much pressure
on their supply chains. This is really interesting. They're saying about 50% of the global luxury goods production is carried out by thousands of small manufacturers in Italy. That's an estimation, which I think, again, you know, Italy's renowned for its like garment production. It's like luxury. A lot of luxury brands produce there. But then this is probably why the Italian government are cracking down, because a lot of the unethical problems in luxury is happening in Italy. Whereas on the fast fashion scale, we're seeing that in like China, Bangladesh and India.
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? Because we are so obsessed with the idea of made in Italy being like the sort of...
the thing.
So luxurious and like so much more superior to like seeing a label that says made in Bangladesh or something. But it's not.
I don't like. For me, this is again like the whole made in China thing. Like, that shouldn't put you off.
Racism.
It's really. I think it's really racist, and I find it really like painful. Because don't get me wrong, there are loads of issues there. You know, with like the Uyghur Muslims, etc. But also, you can't bracket every single factory. Like, not every single factory in Italy is going to be charging $5 an hour.
That's insane.
Not every factory in China is going to be using forced labour. Like.
And also, I'd like to say that's in dollars, so it would actually be less.
Probably like £4. Which is
crazy.
It's actually disgusting.
Yeah. Makes you wonder, like, where in Italy are they hiding away these factories doing that?
Someone like in the south of Italy,
just like in a weird sort of unvisited
in a
place.
mafia area. Probably.
Oh yeah,
like,
probably
genuinely.
actually, yeah, because Italy is quite mafia around.
It's quite especially in the south, but like. This doesn't make it right, guys.
No. And I do think that separating ourselves from the obsession with made in Europe labels is a massive part of like getting more comfortable with like, I'm trying to figure out how to word this, like being obsessed with made in Europe, I think, is a non-sustainable ideology in itself.
Oh, interesting.
Because I think that made in Europe suggests that like Western standards of factories are higher when they're not, and that the product is better quality, and that's not a sustainable mindset in itself. Because
I've never even thought that.
Picking up what I'm putting down.
I am picking up what you're putting. Basically, it's like concreting that the West is more civilized.
Yeah.
When actually, that is a lie. Again, if you look at like factories, China has some of the biggest infrastructure for garment factories and technology. Like we sold all of our like machinery to like China, Bangladesh, India back in the, when was it?
I want to say like the
80s, right? Yeah. So I think, I didn't even think about it, but you're right. Yeah, it does like concrete, and it also like, it just tickles into that little pinch of racism.
Yeah, it does.
You know, like,
I was actually watching, my sister sent me an Instagram reel the other day, and it was this woman saying, I'm so over made in Europe labels. I'm buying made in Nigeria, made in Ghana, made in like...
Yeah.
And she was like, that to me is luxury now.
Yeah.
She was like, that's luxury. It's like buying from these small like businesses based in, you know, the country that you're connected to.
Yeah, or that you have some heritage
Yeah,
to.
exactly.
I mean, this is why I'm like such a big fan of the Made in England whole like push that's going on. Like Vogue have been doing a massive push to like loads of stories on reviving Leicester, which was like basically the garment capital of the UK. You know, like bringing back British wool, bringing back British lace, bringing back full British manufacturing, because I think I love the globalization, and I think it's amazing that we're getting like beautiful pieces coming out of India. We're getting amazing like embroidery coming out of I guess India, beading, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously China as well, Japan, even Korea. Korea have a huge, really fun fashion base, but I also think there's something really special about reconnecting to like your home and heritage.
I think it links back to like the obsession people have with like white people not having culture. I know this might seem like it comes out of left field, but it links. And like the idea that like white British people have no culture, and therefore Britain or like England hasn't got a culture.
It does.
But it has. And I think that by bringing, you know, crafts and trades back here, it allows that to sort of grow again in a really nice, healthy way. The only thing that does concern me about it is that, like, because of the way we've sort of colonized so much of the world with businesses, what will happen will be a similar repeat to when like the British Empire left. I see. We're going to see countries like massively economically fail.
I don't think we would ever have the scale, though, of garment manufacturing that currently India, Bangladesh and China have.
But, like, some factories support whole...
businesses.
Like, cities, basically.
Yeah.
Or, like, multiple towns. So... And I know that there is, like, as you said, there is a push to bring... Is it called right-shoring, I think?
No idea what it's called.
I think it's called right-shoring. Dana Thomas talks about it in her book, actually, Fashionopolis.
I think it's a really interesting one, though, because I actually think the brands that are doing it here are all small scale anyway.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't think it will have a huge issue. But then I guess the big scale often means fast fashion, so we're back to the same problem.
Yeah.
It's that balance between providing jobs for everyone on the planet in a ethical, sustainable way, while also supporting like home manufacturing and culture, which is, how do you balance that?
In my MA, we had like a project that was basically envision your like ideal society, like forgetting about like the boundaries of
that's fun.
of like how we currently live.
That's so fun.
And imagining that like it will just work, kind of thing.
Yeah. So like, do you not even look at money?
No, we like looked at money and like economic side of things, but it was like, don't worry about like how realistic it is.
Okay,
kind
interesting.
Of thing.
Yeah. What is your dream?
And so I had the idea of like a society where like each town, that's going back to similar how we did it before, each town has like a specific thing that they produce, you know, wool, then
coal, maybe not coal anymore, wind farms.
Yeah, exactly. But then like, for example, one place would have like a specific dye colour, and like, so you'd be like, okay, this county's like got all the sheep, and then this county will give all like the wool to this county to spin, and then that county will give it to this one to turn into jumpers, and then
that's so interesting.
It sort of worked like that, and then through each county having a speciality, it would support the local community and economy.
That's so interesting.
And that was like, I was like, that'd be so nice.
The first thing that came to my mind was we produced all our own food on this block of land
but
that
that's
we call the UK.
That's part of it in my mind, though. It's like, you know, each town then has like has their own farm and stuff, and like produces for themselves, but then maybe, you know, up there and like
it's got the highlands, you have more sheep, and
exactly, and like down here it's hotter, so we might have more fruit, and then you sort of trade it.
That's fun. That is really fun. That's
kind of like
but also like with global movement,
it's completely unrealistic.
Because sometimes I wish it'd be quite nice to live in like the Middle Ages, but then I realise I'm brown and that's just not for me.
And people were like quite ill. Yeah, that's the thing. Global movement, I think, so important, but I didn't even actually factor that into it. I kind of, in my mind, I have this like thing of like we shouldn't stop global movement, but we should stop global movement in the way we do it now. And like we can't do this is in my ideal mind society, because currently global movements extremely important, and it's going to become more important as the climate crisis progresses.
Yep.
But like in my mind we go back to like, you know, all having our country set out like how I just described, and then having like ships and trains to them, like no aeroplanes, but like you'd like go and trade, and like, you know, you could go on a holiday to like the special like area in like Italy that was like really good for like olives, and you can bring like
really good for olives.
I don't know, like it's just like it's sort of, I imagine it kind of like a Lego world.
I kind of love that.
I just think it would be really nice. Like, I think we move around. I understand, obviously, why we have to move around so much, but, like, I think we sort of move around too much and are too dependent on, like, the world. And I think that countries need to, like, become slightly more self-reliant.
No, I agree. You're saying that because you think it's controversial, but I don't think it's controversial.
Yeah.
The thing that I think about the most is, you know, like, why we're getting avocados that have been unethically, unsustainably grown from Brazil just to fuel our avocado on toast needs, when actually we could be making like smashed peas on toast with homegrown UK peas.
Ooh,
you know, things like that. Like,
delicious.
that's utilising what our country and our homes
can produce.
And I think that on a fashion scale as well, like, is really nice. But I don't think there's anything wrong then. You know, if you wanted a Nordic jumper, like a fair, you know, like beautiful pattern,
Fair Isle one.
Yeah. You go to Norway, get that shipped in, but it's been made there, but actually, you know, like, that's nice.
It's just such a nice idea of the world. Like, and I imagine everyone being, like, really happy. I'm like, this is going to be my cult, guys.
If Rosie starts a cult, we'll know what it is.
Yeah, everyone's going to be so happy in my cult.
I don't know, but then there are things of, like, you know, when people have communes, when they're self-sufficient, and that kind of creeps me out, because then we go into cult territory, right?
Yeah, I guess so, but I guess, like, we're all, like, capitalism's a cult, isn't it? It's just the biggest cult ever.
The biggest, coolest cult ever.
Capitalism. Yeah, I don't know. I think that, I mean, that can't happen, but the way we're going right now, as I said, like, travel for people is really important. Like, the way I'm saying this is really poorly articulated. I'm trying to say that, like, we can't get away from globalization because we're already here. So there's just with the point now is to find a way to sustainably and ethically do it.
I agree. I think it'll be so interesting to see over the next few years, like, if there's any sort of scientific changes with things like plane fuel. Just things like that, you know, they're so unsustainable, but we have the £20 Ryanair flights. You're not going to stop people from travelling with those flight prices. So how can infrastructure change?
I was actually in Berlin a couple of days ago, and something really interesting that someone told me is that they have these, like, I think they pay like £50 a month for this travel pass, where they can, like, go on all the slow trains around the country. And then it also does, like, I do know about this. The, like, underground and stuff there. I think that's amazing.
So that's obviously the government subsidising. Significantly. But it's just whether the governments have the money to subsidise and what they choose to subsidise on.
And then I was saying to them that our travel here is privately owned. Like, the trains and stuff are privately owned.
One of them isn't anymore.
Oh, okay, amazing.
Southwestern Trains recently got bought by the government, but they're still expensive.
Well,
so I'm waiting for my subsidisation because I live on Southwestern Railway Line.
But they were absolutely appalled.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
You
can thank Margaret Thatcher for that one, though.
Yeah, freaking Margaret Thatcher. I blame that woman for a lot, quite honestly.
Oh, God, the privatisation of everything.
Yeah.
God bless the NHS.
And also, just, like, I blame her as well for part of the reason that why we do fast fashion in all these other countries, closing down all the...
Yeah. She has... Some people love her, some people hate her.
Who likes her? Tories?
I don't think it's just them. Wasn't she quite financially successful, though? Like, as in, like, the country did quite well during her time.
I thought I think she was financially successful to, like, the middle class and upper middle class, but, like, really, like, decimated, like, the...
I actually, gonna be honest, I actually don't know a lot about what she did and what she's done.
She closed all the mines, all the fishing
ports. Yeah, I know she's done all of that stuff, which is bad. My mum's one thing that really annoyed her about Margaret Thatcher, which is actually really funny, but there's this whole thing, which is... She was like, she took away home economics. I was like, okay, Mum. She was like, yeah, because
at school?
no one can cook now. So now we have like a food problem in this country because no one knows how to cook a nutritious meal. And I was like, actually, low-key, Mum, you are
Fair
not
enough,
wrong.
but boys weren't taught home ec.
No, but she said this was the problem.
Yeah,
this was
and
also
actually,
the problem.
when I went to school, we had not called home economics,
Food
but we
tech.
had food tech, and everybody did it.
I didn't have food tech. It's
Oh,
not, It's not
really?
compulsory, no.
We had it from year 7 until year 9.
But it's not a compulsory subject.
It was compulsory at our school. Everybody did
but
it.
per school.
Oh, okay,
It's
yeah.
not like
not nationally compulsory.
But she was like, this is so stupid because now like how many people go to uni, they don't know how to cook and they just eat crap, and it's like not healthy for them. And then what if they have health problems? And then it costs the NHS more. And I was like, whoa, Mum.
all goes back to Margaret Thatcher.
And I was like, she's technically not even wrong though.
No,
It's like, yeah, you're actually so. She's like, she needed home economics to be for everyone, so that boys did it as well.
Yeah.
And then everyone would know how to cook, and then you'd be healthy. And I was like, wow, Mum, your brain.
I think the thing people liked about her partially is that one, she was a woman first and only
Yeah.
female prime minister.
But you have to be a hard ass to do that job.
Yeah, hopefully we won't have whatever
Oh.
what's that woman called?
Starts with a C.
I know.
That's embarrassing. But I think it's also hard because she's a black woman as well.
I
which
know,
makes
that's
it
why
even
she's
more
even. It's the giving
confusing.
Rishi Sunak again. Like, it's like the same idea of like. Sorry, we're so off piece here, but like the same idea of you have to be even more horrible to like be a person of colour and a woman and be then the head of the Tory party. Like you have to be like even more intense to like to rectify the fact that you are within that minority. You have to hate your minority more than everybody else.
But I think they hate the minority because their life is really hard. So then when they find an opportunity to, in quote, rise
Rishi
above their
Sunak
own.
and this, what the hell this woman's called? Can't remember. They did not live hard lives.
No, they didn't.
They grew up in the nape of luxury. Anyway.
So off topic. This is what happens on this podcast.
We don't really ever talk about politics. It's random.
I think because politics is actually quite, like, it's quite confusing.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
I think
it's properly nitty gritty. Like, I think surface level is not confusing. It's pretty obvious. But, like, if you start going deep, you're like, there's actually quite a lot there.
Yeah, I also think it's a really hard thing to, like, it's a hard thing to talk about.
Yeah. Don't want to start harbouring extremist views.
Well, exactly.
Like, you know, like, in all seriousness.
But I can't even remember what the start of this episode was. Princess Polly,
I
Lora Piana, and the fact that, like, whether you're buying a designer or fast fashion, you're just always in trouble. It's just really hard.
Coming for you.
It's hard out here.
I think with the certifications, my tip is, like, take that as a surface level.
Yeah.
As a, like, oh, they're doing better, but then actually go and, like, look into, like, what their stuff is made from. Like, a lot of the Princess Polly stuff is just, like, plastic, it's just polyester.
Yeah.
And that off the bat should tell you everything you need to know. And I think, but then also don't put off brands that don't have certifications because
so
it's
true.
expensive. And, like, how many of the small, sustainable, ethical brands do we know that's like a one-person brand? They're not going to be spending, like, thousands of pounds getting certifications because they can't afford it.
Yeah, nor should we expect them to.
No, and I also don't think that, like, there are certain certifications that I think are better than others, but I also think when you have to pay to be certified, that in itself is weird.
I find it similar to, like, the idea of paying to be on the cover of Vogue. It's like...
Wait, do you pay to be on the...
You can be.
No.
You can do. There's, like, a whole scandal at the moment, like a sub-scandal going on about, like, Jeff Bezos.
Oh, yeah, and, like, did he pay for his wife to be in
Yeah.
the scandal? And then, like, is Anna Wintour leaving because Jeff Bezos might be buying Vogue?
Yeah,
That's a
exactly.
scandal. I don't know. I don't think that's a fact also.
But, like, I know it's, like, it's said that if you pay the right amount, you can get the cover of Vogue. And it's...
She should not have been the cover of
And
Vogue.
it's giving the same thing of, like, paying for like, prestige.
Yeah.
Like, if you've got enough money, you can decide who you are.
Well, it's a classic. If you have enough money, you can pay your way out of stuff.
Yeah. Well, or can you? Because here we go with Lora Piana, which is a great example
Yeah,
of, like,
justice being served for the garment workers.
And like the government getting involved, I'm very greatly appreciating, because I imagine for Italy, Lora Piana brings in huge amounts of money for them.
So true.
Like not only do they like make clothes, they supply fabric as well.
So true.
Like it's a big hit.
Yeah, so I didn't even think of that. And then it's like the UK government saying no to Shein being on the stock market. Great, fantastic, but they had their reasons solely for the ethical reasons. So, and France just banning fast fashion ads. I think we are starting to see the trickle of things that we want to see in the industry, which is legislation and government starting to crack down, because it also looks really bad on that country. Like, it looks bad that Italy have, in quotes, slave labour.
Yeah.
That's not...
It pushes you away from buying Italian heritage brands because you worry that you're buying into that.
Exactly. So I think, governments, countries are starting to realise this and then go, actually, we don't want a slice of that cake.
I reckon that, and then also France banning fast fashion is also a protective measure against like French-owned brands, because like you don't want to compete. It stops the competition. Yeah, keeps money out of China and in France.
Yeah,
and Europe.
which is again like kind of
political. And
it's really political. But then the whole thing, the EU has quite a lot of legislation around fast fashion, specifically greenwashing. Again, is that done for political reasons or is that done for the planet? Either way,
we just have to get to a point, I think. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's all good. I was just going to say, either way, like, it's beneficial to the planet.
Yeah. That's basically what I was going to say. Is we have to get to a point where like politics aligns with like the planet, and so whether it's for the right reason or not, the decisions are beneficial.
Jack said something to me recently. He was like, I don't even think sustainability should be political. It is fact. Like, we should just have, like, as part of the government, organisation that just do sustainability. It's not going to be about a budget or like what government wants to spend. He was like, because it's such a big problem. Like,
he's actually completely right.
Yeah, he was like, why is it political? Like, why is Trump just suddenly wanting to drill oil? Like, there's nothing political about it. It's fact that our planet is in like trouble,
and we can't do that.
And we don't have the time, nor do we have the planet to
be doing that. Yeah, he's so right. Sustainability shouldn't be political, and it is actually that's so correct. It is weird that it's politically charged, because it shouldn't be. Yeah, should just kind of be like saying the Earth is round, like although
source flat earthers. But yeah, and I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, it should just be like, a government department that deals with that, no matter who's in government, because it's so important. Yeah. And I was like, wow.
He's so wise. Yeah, it is true though. I never really thought about it like that. Like, people who are very into sustainability are so lumped in with like being sort of like, commune people. Like
tree huggers.
Yeah, exactly, when actually it's got nothing to do with anything really, other than just like kind of don't want to die,
Yeah, like on a really selfish level, it's like just sustaining ourselves, and you can't sustain ourselves on a planet that's dying.
Exactly.
Like, there's literally nothing political about that.
Yeah.
Like, that is just
it's like, guys, let's keep this party going a bit longer.
I just think it's really interesting. But I think overall, podcast themes is whether it's a fast fashion brand, whether it's luxury, they all have their issues, and they're all trying to hide behind their wrongs. Yeah, and it's nice to see the rights coming forward.
Yeah, right. Nice to see someone getting their comeuppance. I love that word. And yeah, basically, as consumers, we do what we can do, but as we've just seen, it's really hard. You can be blindsided by thinking you're buying from a great brand like Lora Piana to then see that they're awful, or you could just think that you're listening to certifications and it's inaccurate. Like, I guess just try and do your due diligence and mostly just shop secondhand. Yeah. That's like, if you're lazy, like, I don't like looking through everything. I prefer to just I do when I need to, but like I prefer to just shop secondhand because it's easier.
Yeah, pop into a charity shop, see what you like.
Yeah, exactly.
Bish bash bosh, job's done, less than a tenner.
Yeah, exactly.
It's as easy as that. And I guess on that note,
goodbye.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode.
If you want to see more from us, you can follow us on socials at Rosie O'Cotcha and Izzy Manuel.